Hello everybody and welcome. I'm Loquid, you are you, and this is Stellaris by Paradox Interactive. And it is quite possibly going to be the game of the year. Maybe even the game of the decade, who knows. In the last episode, we created our race, the Loquidian Empire. We are an avian-based race using mollusks ships. Let's see what this little tidbit says. In the eons since the first primitive Loquid communities took shape in the dense jungles of Shantar Prime, our civilization has spread and prospered. Many false prophets took it upon themselves to offer spiritual guidance to our people as we advanced through the ages. But the true faith prevailed. The last heathen strongholds were vanquished after several brutal, bloody crusades, uniting us under the holy will of a single divine leader. Now, after the successful creation of several experimental subspace fields, the finest minds of our empire have finished development of the first warp drives. The stars themselves are finally within our grasp. And we are going...
A prototype synthetic intelligence. Has ordained me to act as your faithful servant and advisor, so that I may aid you on our divine path to the stars.
Stop interrupting me, damn it. We're going to conquer the universe. We are going to conquer the universe as best I can. Yeah. Alright, what do we have? So this is the little tutorial advisor guy. You can tell a full tutorial, tips only, no tutorial. I'm going to do tips only because I've watched...
I will provide tips explaining only basic functions and tools.
Yeah. I've actually watched a lot of Stellaris over the last week, so I think I have a fair grasp on how to do things, on what to do, and that kind of thing. I'm just going to want the tips every once in a while. I'm sure to fail. This is likely kind of like, you know, Aurora 4X and Dwarf Fortress and No Moria and Europa and Crusader Kings, where the first 2-3 games that you play you will just do horrible at. So, zoom in and out with the mouse, move around with the middle click, and rotate up and down with the right button. You can box select with perspective with your left mouse button, so there you go. Yeah. And the game is, the environment actually is 3D, if you can believe it. I've seen some of the maps, and the jump points will go from here on the same physical line. If we're talking a straight line, excuse me, it'll be like on this level, and then this level, and then this level, and then this level, and they'll just be random levels. And we're talking solar systems, not jump points. So, what do we got here in our home system? Shantar Prime, we are on a moon surrounding a gas giant with another moon. Very cool. How many? We've got our... Okay, so we got this one here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Looks like 9 planets in our system. That's quite a lot. We can't really do anything with them, so there's that. Not a lot you can do. Keep zooming in and out the wrong ways here. Alright, so what do we got? We got our spaceport, okay. Okay, good. That's our spaceport. That's where we build ships. And I am of the opinion of Roomba. This tab right here shouldn't even exist. This button shouldn't even exist. Well, it should exist, but it should not exist to pull this tab out. That tab should just be there at all freaking times. Armies, same, surface, planetary summary, okay. So, planetary summary, this is the basics of our planet. We're on a tropical world. We can terraform, but we need a very advanced tech. Resource output, we're getting 8 energy, we're getting 0 influence, we're getting 9 minerals, 0 physics, 0 society, and 0 engineering research per turn. 100% habitable for us. And then again, here's a basic breakdown of what is in the resources tab. It is a size 16. We're making 4 food, and we are a population of 7. We can change our governor. We can change our edicts.
Practices that can be temporarily enforced by spending some of our influence.
Which we have not. Well, we have 100 plus 3. So what do we have? Re-education campaigns, ethics divergence negative 10%, land of opportunity, migration attraction 100%, building costs negative 25%, and construction time, wow. Okay, so this ethics divergence that you keep hearing people talk about, if you watch other people, let's see, where would that be?
The government screen presents us with information regarding our empire and its government. Here we can see our ruler and any related effects.
Okay, cool.
The
Budget
tab tallies our empire's monthly
yeah.
policies tab.
Policies,
Policies,
okay.
As well as empire-wide edicts. Practices that can be the
Demographics.
Tracks the makeup and spread of our empire's populace.
We need to make a decision, it looks like, immediately on slave procreation. We're going to allow it for now. Oh, we don't have any slaves, so it's probably not going to let us decide that. Okay.
The Empire screen lists the planets of the Leaders tab. The Factions tab provides...
Okay.
In the Contact screen, we see a detailed list of all the various empires.
So diplomacy, okay, got it.
All the ships
Ship design.
are designed here.
There we go.
The situation log displays
Situation, victory conditions, and technology. Alright, so let's pick some technology right now. I realize I'm bouncing around like really crazy, but I'm going to take this one immediately. Research speed 5%. Yeah, that definitely immediately. And then colony ships. And engineering facilities. I think that's probably a pretty damn good start. That is a really good start. But anyway, the ethics divergence that I was talking about here, eventually you will have people on your surface that don't believe in the same things that you do. So we are collective xenophile spiritualists, right? So eventually you'll start seeing your population that is no longer spiritual, right? Or no longer xenophile, they'll be xenophobes. So that's your ethics divergence. And that whole ethics divergence thing here... Where was it? I know I saw it here. Yeah, the ethics divergence prevents that and re-educates your people to your preferred faith or your preferred social norms, right? So it's like saying... Generally speaking, America is democratic, right? Well, the ethics divergence would be people are starting to become communists or socialists as a whole. The ethics divergent, the ethics re-education would be we're pushing the people back to be democratic versus the communist again. That's what that is. So, yeah, kind of neat thing. I mean, they have included so much stuff in this game. It's not even funny. All right, so the Empire here, we can build modules in our space station. We have nothing right now.
Military fleets are used to protect.
So we have a fleet with a power of 75 right now. We have
This is our construction ship.
a single construction ship. Okay. And we have a single science ship. So we're going to tell him to survey system right now. You have to survey everything. Just like in Aurora 4X, where you have to go around and survey every individual asteroid in the asteroid belt, this just makes the major things that you could possibly have resources or colonize, and it surveys it for you. You have a leader on there. Okay, and the engineer... I'm going to tell to follow him. And hopefully that works. So, this guy here costs you money if he's not docked up. So, up here we have our energy credits, our minerals, our influence, physics research, society research, engineering research, and then we also have strategic resources, directly controlled planets, and naval capacity, which naval capacity is pretty basic. However, very few games have a limit on how many planets you can have directly controlled. Think of this like Crusader Kings 2, where you have a dem size, right? Well, that dem size is 12. You can only control, your ruler could only control 12 provinces before you started getting unrest and rebellions and uprisings and that kind of stuff. That's what this is right here. You can only control 5 systems directly under your ruler before you start getting civil unrest and ethics divergence and unhappiness and depopulation and all the other good stuff. Okay, what happens if we click on this? Nothing. If we click on that, it will take us to the galactic map. What do we have down here? Detailed map mode. Go to, so we can find a system. Search, find a system directly. Multiplayer chat. Help, menu. Okay, over here we have our outliner, which we can show and hide. And let me see here. I'm looking for something really quick here, and I'm not seeing it. Yeah, I've got the game speed up here. I need to move that. So let's see. I'm going to hit the escape button for a second, and I'm going to move my frames per second counter to the bottom of my screen. And no, that doesn't work either. There we go. I'm just trying to get it out of the way so that I can see things. It was up here, and it completely covers the paused game speed, which is what this is. You can speed it up to like +4 or something, and you can slow it down to like +1. All right, down here we have the solar system you're in. You can rename it. You can also rename your planets, I believe. Yes, you can. And you can also rename your fleets. So this should be First Fleet. Yep. First Flock. I love it. And I can rename that. Can rename that. You can even rename your scientists. Okay, let's come up here to content. There we go. Yes, there we go. Click on the blue name there, and you can rename your scientists and your rulers as well, I'm sure. Factions, planets, leaders, all right. All right, let's go to map. Here we go. So here is our personal controlled space. Now you can see it, the game bouncing back. That is auto north. So that way you stay oriented at all times on true north in the game. Right click moves it like this, middle click moves it like this, and left click again does your marquee box select. Now if I zoom out, there's our galaxy, our universe. We got Twin Fangs Nebula, we've got Datura Expanse, we've got Sabella Shroud, yep, we got Shigur Nebula, we got all these galactic landmarks, carrying dust clouds. So there you go. That is an elliptical. Stars for everywhere you can see. No limitations. You can go anywhere you want. So this little green bit here is my personal influence. Now if I click on my ships, it pops up what I want. I select him, and I can now tell him with a right click to go there. And if I hold shift, I can tell them to go to other places. Now, seeing as we're using warp drive, we don't necessarily have to, we're not as limited in where we can go as the other races out there are. However, what we are limited to is how fast we can travel. Now, if we go back into our map here, we can see our ship has said, I need to go out this way. So there's the speed. Okay, let's slow, normal. Now you can speed up your game with the plus and minus on the numpad, and space button pauses. High Priest is the new heir. All right, let's see. Okay, no. And you've got the typical paradox little flags here that will pop down. Right click to dismiss them, left click to show them. Okay, where's my ruler? There's my heir. Okay, so my ruler has his own traits, right? So our government type is collective, xenophile, spiritualist, and we are the ultimate spiritualist government, right? My personal ruler is an explorer. So science, ship build cost, negative 25%, anomaly research speed, plus 35%, and we're resilient, so I have a 25-plus year lifespan. I'm 44, so if I were to live to 90, I will now live to 115. Very handy in a game like this. And my heir is an explorer and charismatic. Edict cost negative 20% and edict duration 25%. So the edicts do have a duration on them, right? So if it lasts for 10 years, it would then last for, what was that, plus 25%? So it would last for 12 and a half years. You cannot up your tax rate, I do not think. All right. All right. Yeah, so our ships are heading out here. This this dotted line here is the gravity well of the sun. Now, to enact warp, you have to go outside of the gravity well. So it kind of behooves you to build defense stations out here when you can. All right. He leaves the system and he travels to the next one. You can see the little discoloration there. Our borders expanded, our influence expanded. Very cool. Does not look like any habitable planets. Planets, barren, 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 barren. G-type star. Lots of no fun there. Now he's going to stick right where he's at. And you can see he's charging up. Warping to Entress. +6. And then he's going to travel out to Entress. You'll see him pop in right where that little sparkly is. And he has a 9-day cooldown, 10-day cooldown. So that is how warp drive works. Oh, and we have a planet has not been surveyed. A tropical world. Very nice. So if we survey this world, we'll be able to put a colony there. Very awesome. We have a Class A star, and our ships are out of here again. All right, we've encountered the Araya. We have encountered some form of alien vessel in the Araya system. These strange objects have been flagged as alpha aliens. Until we can learn more about them, we should proceed with caution. All right, contact report. Enigmatic spacefarers. Loquinian Empire has finally encountered fellow wanderers among the stars. Oh my god, we're not alone? Please say it ain't so. Despite their intentions being unknown and potentially even hostile, the atmosphere on Shantar Prime, following the report from our contact fleet, can best be described as rapturous. There was one last thing I forgot to mention down here is we have hotkeys 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1 brings up our last selected system, or maybe it's even our home system. 2 brings up our a fleet that you can now these are defaulted. So 2 brings up a fleet that you have selected, 3 brings up a fleet that I have selected, and 4 brings up a fleet that I have selected. I'm assuming that I can control. Yeah, you have 10 shortcuts, 1 through 0. Fan-freaking-tastic. All right, so let's see what we got here. Where is those aliens? Seriously? Okay. Whatever. Let's see. How is our science vessel doing? Alright, it's still surveying. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, okay. Where is our construction vessel? Alright, so you can see a little red emerald there and the green light, or yeah, yellow lightning bolt there. That's energy and minerals that we can just build a mining station on. So it costs 90 minerals to build a mining station. We're going to build it there, and then we're going to build a mining station there. And then when you're done, you're going to meet back up with her. No. There we go. For some reason, it's not doing it right. There we go. There we go. And then meet back up with them. There we go. All right, let's see. What do we got? We got another habitable world in here. We got an ocean world. All right. And what do we got here? Nothing.
We have found an anomaly.
Ooh.
Our science ships will discover strange
Fantastic.
worlds. These can be researched by scientists, but be certain their skills are up to the task.
Right, so the little skill pip here on our technology leaders. So the little star pip there on our leaders signifies a level, and every time they level up, they will get a bonus. So this one is the one on our science ship here, and so because they've been serving, they get experience every single level. So at level 1, they have research speed of +2, and she has anomaly research speed of 35%. When you get to level 2, you will get a pip. Your research speed will go up to a 4, 8, 10, so forth and so on. And then you have a chance to get another trait like this. So let's see. If I click on the research, 0% risk. They're already performing the order. Now if I click here, yeah. Now you do have failure risks. So the amount of level above your particular scientist, I'm sure, has something to do with how risky it is to research that. So let's do that, and then continue surveying the system. Fantastic. Fantastic indeed. Okay, we got that. Let's head back out to the galactic map. And when they're done, let's go to oh. Why can't I go that far? Interesting. I can't get out any further than this. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Also, the other disadvantage to warp travel is it's the slowest form of travel. It is the most freeing in that, like I said, you can go in any direction just from star to star and point to point. However, it is the slowest of the three types. All right, we have encountered some form of alien vessels in the dim system. These strange objects have been the beta aliens. Fantastic. What do we got here? Beta aliens. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Ah, interesting.
And maybe even initiate first contact by completing the appropriate special project.
We've found a natural formation of Caral, stunning in its geometrical perfection. This is surely a divine sign. Making our way out towards the stars, we should continue to investigate these sorts of anomalies whenever we get the chance. Yes, praise be the divine. I have no idea what that did. Alright, then we got alien vessels, and okay. Now, our guy's already gone, so they obviously didn't attack us. So is that what was here? Yeah, that's what was here. It was just that random event that we had. Alright. So, you can see this guy here. He's working on this. He's 32% done. Yep, he's 35% done. When he's done, this little white here will turn green. Ooh, and we got more there. And I don't have 90. I will soon. So these pop up every month. They're not a daily or weekly thing. These are just orders that we can do. It's like right-clicking. Oh, come on, hurry up. It's 83%. All right, let's speed up time. Go to fast. Yeah, fast. Build a mining station there. Whoa, 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 whoa. Dang it. Okay, I'm lucky that that did not lose the status on that. Alright, there we go. So our energy output just went from a +4 to a +6 or more. Alright, so our leader here, he leveled up. He's now research speed of 4%. However, he did not get any special traits. So, bummer there. Oh my goodness. Alright, so let's see. You're going there. You're going to go there. And then your last stop will be there. Alright. And you still have some stuff to survey. The way this game tells the ships to survey is horribly inefficient. If we had to pay for fuel, we'd go bankrupt just by how it surveys.
Mining stations are used to extract the minerals and strategic resources of the object they orbit.
Alright. So that's the mining station. Very cool. Based upon the ship styles that we chose. Very interesting indeed. Alright, let's head back out to the galaxy map and try and find our ships. Alright. Can you go there? Ah, you can. Excellent. Then you can go there. Fantabulastic. Let's keep exploring. I fully expect to, at one point, lose this fleet just to a random monster or anomaly or something like that because we're exploring. So I'm being purposefully reckless with him. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, I was going to go back through that way anyway, so we'll leave him there. All right, we've got a ocean world there. We've got tropical, desert, and Arctic world there. Magur. That's crazy. Holy cheeps. Alright, if I hit F1, F2, F3. Gamma aliens, fantastic. And that is here. Alright. I'm looking for research. Ah! F6, okay. Didn't get far enough. Ooh. Hostile fleets present. Oh, we got some more of those aliens. Interesting. However, we're not going to do anything with them. We're just going to get the hell out of Dodge. All right, we got a ocean world there. So which one was it? This one right here. Tropical, desert, and Arctic. Wow. None of those are our preferred exactly, but habitability 80% for us, 55%, and 0. So the Arctic we can't do at all. The desert we can do with a penalty, and the what was this one? Tropical is what we prefer. More hostile aliens. All right, so more of those guys again.
System survey complete.
All right, fantastic. So the system, holy crap! Oh my god! 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 plus credits in this system alone. Holy crap! That's crazy. All right, where do we want? We want to survey this guy right here. Survey that system. So we just come out to the galaxy map, right-click, and tell him to survey, and he'll go. And then we can tell him after that, I want you to survey there. Then after that, I want you to survey there. And it really does pay off to survey every single system that you can, because you might find resources and minerals and stuff that you have missed previously. Or hell, that another civilization might have missed. I'm not going to do that one at all. All right, after that, we can come out here and survey these. And that's going to take quite a while to survey those. We've got an Arctic world there, tropical and desert. So the tropical is us, right? Yeah, tropical. Loving it so far. Loving it. Tab cycles between the last... Oh, tab just cycles through all the known systems, I guess. Alright, so let's come back to Mr. 4 here. So he's building a station. Oh, he's done. Alright, we met more aliens. Habitable world survey. We now know without a doubt that a thriving biosphere is not something unique to Shantar Prime. Both the scientific community and the public at large are eager to learn more about the various forms of alien life found throughout the galaxy. Efforts to catalog the life forms we encounter are already underway. But our xenobiologists have urged us to focus on planetary survey efforts on habitable life-bearing worlds. A commendable initiative. We have more important things to discuss. Begins the Habitable World Survey event chain. I will do it.
Situation log updated.
Situation log updated. Alright, let's pause the game. We're wasting time. We want the situation log right there. Alright, so the situation log. Right here, Habitable World Survey. We just have to survey 8 habitable worlds. And judging by our galaxy map that we have in our immediate vicinity, that is not going to be a problem at all. We have researched the Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Delta aliens. We can research them. However, if we research anything here, there will be other missions. That pauses your research for that specific section. So you have engineering, society, and physics. These will pause our society research completely. However, we can't do that right now because we need the colony ships. We really need those colony ships. However, oh my god, I'm still geekgasming about this. This is insane amount of minerals we got. Well, not minerals, but energy. Holy crap. I do know that a colony ship costs you 8 credits or energy per month, and a colony costs you 8 per month until it is sustainable. So having all this energy in this main system, that is like, that's the game saying, here, go forth and procreate. The heart of the Lokidian Empire Physics Research Department has gone missing. Along with a privately funded, highly experimental prototype science ship. Oh my god! The incident has the scientific community. Oh my god, no! No! Alright, we're gonna let it be for now. No! Well, at least the research is there. So we need another research or scientist, but we don't have one. What are we gonna do? Oops. That's interesting. That can go pop over that. So all you do is you hit recruit, and then you get a selection, and we get to pick. Pillow talk, careful, anomaly fail risk is negative 10%. Nice. Expert statecraft. We get research speed 10%. Oh yeah, baby. And then we already know what this one is. Anomaly research speed. So we're gonna take this guy. Research speed plus 10%. He's only 29. Oh, that is fantastic. Now it costs influence to recruit. So it cost me 50 influence, and I'm only getting 3 per month. So that's going to take me almost 2 years to get back all that that research. So now I just click him on there. So this right here is like a double plus good here. Where he's got a plus 10% to his research speed, and then I'm researching plus 5%. So my second tech, I'm going to have plus 15% speed to begin with. On top of the plus 2, so 17% speed bonus. That is going to be sickeningly amazing. Oh my god. Alright, let's go back to speed 2. Technology. That's all, folks. Fantastic, fantastic. Anomaly. Yeah. Alright, Wanderlust with purpose. The whereabouts of the head, now technically the former head of physics research, have yet to be ascertained. Certain details regarding the prototype science ship and the head private research have reached our ears, and while some aspects seem too fantastical to be true, it is clear that it is in the Lokidian Empire's interest to find and recover the chair as soon as possible. Ooh. What do we got? Last known locations. All right. So where is it? Last known location. All right, so you guys... Well, you'll get there eventually. What do we got in here? As our science ship scans the surface, it became quite clear that we have found something out of the ordinary. As conditions unlike anything we've ever seen before, we will surely come across. Okay. So that's a 16 freaking tropical world. That is awesome. And it's right next door. That's like us as humans finding 7 planets in Alpha Centauri, and one of them being an Earth clone, right? That's fantastical. However, that's going to do it for this episode. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and a comment down below. Also, subscribe if you have not as of yet done so. Let me know how you think I'm doing down below. Do you think I'm doing okay? Do you think I'm doing really, really rather shatty? Otherwise, until next time, folks, I'm Loquid, you have been you, and this has been Stellaris. Peace out.